am invincible within a 6-foot radius.
Ying is a fighter-type hero with good crowd controls and strong damage output. With her 2-1 ult, BA, ult skill combo, she can make good use of these advantages while darting in and out of combat. Her basic attack becomes enhanced each time she uses a skill. Her skill 1 lets her launch all enemies and deal damage to them, while her skill 2 allows her to dash after sprinting for a short time. Her ultimate allows her to dash forward while launching enemies in her path. She can even use the ult a second time to deal some extra damage. Learn skill 1 at spawn and her ultimate as soon as possible. When the ult is not available, upgrade her skill 2.
I've spotted my mark.
Lan is a highly mobile assassin who's capable of dealing burst damage. He can use his 1-1-2 BA ult skill combo to swiftly take out the enemy backline. He also deals extra damage to enemies with low health. His skill 1 allows him to dive into the water and then emerge from it again to deal damage, while his skill 2 deals damage to nearby enemies and grants him marks that enhance his basic attack. Finally, his ultimate allows him to dash forward and knock back enemies all the way to his destination. Prioritize upgrading his ultimate or skill 2 when the ult is not available.
The right path is under my feet.
Wukong is a highly mobile assassin-type hero that could deal burst damage. His 2 basic attack, ultimate basic attack, 1 basic attack skill combo can be used to deal massive amounts of damage. Each skill attack grants Wukong 1 enhanced basic attack. His skill 1 grants him immunity to 1 enemy skill, while his skill 2 allows him to leap forward, and even further, so if he comes into contact with an enemy, his ultimate deals damage to enemies within range and launches them. Prioritize upgrading his ultimate or skill 1 when the ultimate's not available.
This spear holds a power greater than lightning!
My 2 favorite things are coins and combat.
Get away from me!
My path is that of the peerless samurai.
Musashi is an assassin that excels at chasing after his targets. Skill 2 followed by a basic attack, Skill 1, another basic attack, his ult, and a final basic attack is the perfect way to catch running targets. His skills enhance his basic attack to reduce skill cooldowns when they hit enemies. His Skill 1 unleashes a wave of energy that blocks projectiles. Skill 2 lets him dash forward, then grants a shield and returns some of the skill's cooldown if it hits an enemy. His ult lets him lock onto an enemy and charge at them, gaining damage immunity during the charge, delaying enemy health recovery, and launching nearby enemies at the end of the charge. Prioritize upgrading the ultimate, or Skill 2 if the ultimate's not available.
Let's enjoy today and not worry about tomorrow.
A fit body comes from relentless exercise. Everything is falling apart.
Never dream an impossible dream.
Hanshin is an assassin jungler hero with high mobility. His basic combo 2-1 basic attack, ultimate basic attack 1 basic attack lets him dart in and out from a distance to deal burst damage. Hanshin launches enemies with every 4th basic attack. His skill 1 lets him dash at enemies, launching and dealing damage to them. His skill 2 lets him leap back and enhances his next basic attack. His ultimate lets him deal tons of damage to enemies within a range with a flurry of strikes from his spear, launching enemies within a range with the final attack. In terms of skill learning, prioritize their ultimate. If that's unavailable, prioritize skill 1.
My sheath. Lost it.
First blood. First blood.
One shall never resort to betrayal.
Arthur is a fighter with a nice set of crowd control skills. In his most common combo, he uses skill 2, skill 1, then a basic attack, and his ult. His passive restores health continuously, while his skill 1 increases his movement speed and enhances the next basic attack to silence the enemy. His skill 2 summons shields that orbit around him and deal damage. For his ultimate, he leaps toward the enemy and launches them. Prioritize upgrading the ultimate or skill 1 if the ultimate is not available.
Sophisticated but not serious. Simple but not ordinary.
Liu Bei is a versatile fighter hero with damage, crowd control, and tanking abilities. His BA2, BA1, BA skill combo can quickly defeat squishy enemies with crowd control and damage output. Liu Bei's basic attack enhances physical pierce when it hits enemy heroes. Skill 1 turns his next basic attack into a 2-hit combo. Skill 2 allows him to dash in a specified direction and knock back enemies in his path. His ultimate grants crowd control immunity, physical attack, and a shield for a short period of time. In terms of skill learning, he should prioritize his ultimate. If unavailable, he should prioritize skill 1.
Criminals be warned! You're going to face the music! You have slain an enemy! You have slain an enemy! You have
I shall protect this mortal world.
Face your evil.
A strategist knows when to strike and when to retreat as well.
Desperation sharpens my blade, while the souls of the dead fortify my armor.
Menki is a mage jungler with awesome pushing ability. His 2-1-BA2 combo is used to poke enemies. When he uses skills, he gains physical attack and physical and magical defense. His skill 1 grants a shield, and basic attacks reduce its cooldown. With skill 2, he throws a bubble that damages and slows targets. During his ultimate, he flies in a circle, dealing damage and launching enemies after stopping. In terms of skill learning, he should prioritize his ultimate. If unavailable, he should prioritize skill 2.
Pound for pound, Chang'an City's top boxer. That's me.
I find light in the dark, birds flying east. My memories are waking. Oh, the boundless blue sky. No light without darkness.
Cirrus is an assassin hero with powerful cleanup abilities. His basic combo 1, basic attack, 2, basic attack, ultimate basic attack can quickly defeat squishy enemies. After level 4, he becomes airborne indefinitely. His basic attacks inflict gouge on enemies, dealing damage to them as they move. With skill 1, he charges up and dashes forward, gaining a shield and inflicting stun on targets hit. With skill 2, he sends out wind blades that deal damage and make his basic attacks launch more razor-sharp feathers. His ultimate grants him brief damage immunity. It also sweeps target heroes up into the air, and these heroes cannot be targeted. Then, he deals damage to them when they hit the ground. In terms of skill learning, prioritize their ultimate. If that's unavailable, prioritize skill 1.
I follow the call to build the Great Wall.
Know this. Darkness is the only true precursor to light.
Here comes the bear!
Fight with all you've got!
Ata is a tanky hero with powerful damage absorption abilities. His basic combo Ultimate 2-1 basic attack applies powerful crowd control effects and deals damage to enemy heroes. Ata will briefly store health when health is lost, during which a portion of damage dealt to any target will be converted into true damage. His skill 1 lets him jump in the air and deal damage to enemies when they hit the ground before bouncing back up and launching them. His skill 2 extends his weapon, dealing damage to enemies ahead. When it touches a wall, it pulls Ata in, who stuns enemies. Ultimate erects a tall wall to block enemies. In terms of skill learning, prioritize their ultimate. If that's unavailable, prioritize skill 1.
Do what you like.
Mei Yin is a fighter with outstanding burst damage capabilities. A common skill combo for her is 1 BA 2 ult 1 BA 2 1 BA 2, which can be used to max out her burst damage. When Mei Yin uses a skill, she gains additional effects depending on which skill she uses next. Her skill 1 lets her pull in enemies to her front before dealing damage, and following this up with another use of skill 1 will deal massive amounts of damage and launch the enemy. Alternatively, she can follow up with her skill 2 to unleash a flurry of punches and kicks. When using skill 2, she does a flip and recovers health. Following this up with skill 1 allows her to leap behind the enemy and knock them back. Following it up with another use of skill 2 lets her kick her opponent and leap back while dealing damage. Her ultimate grants her one additional use of skill 1 and skill 2. Prioritize upgrading her ultimate or skill 1 if the ult is not available. Mei Yin is a fighter with outstanding burst damage capabilities. A common skill combo for her is 1 BA 2 ult 1 BA 2 1 BA 2, which can be used to max out her burst damage. When Mei Yin uses a skill, she gains additional effects depending on which skill she uses next. Her skill 1 lets her pull in enemies to her front before dealing damage, and following this up with another use of skill 1 will deal massive amounts of damage and launch the enemy. Alternatively, she can follow up with her skill 2 to unleash a flurry of punches and kicks. When using skill 2, she does a flip and recovers health. Following this up with skill 1 allows her to leap behind the enemy and knock them back. Following it up with another use of skill 2 lets her kick her opponent and leap back while dealing damage. Her ultimate grants her one additional use of skill 1 and skill 2. Prioritize upgrading her ultimate or skill 1 if the ult is not available.
Butterfly, set to dance.
Butterfly is an assassin who relies on cooldown reductions and resets to use her skills frequently in combat. Once she accumulates 3 marks, she can unleash her ult 1 BA 2 BA ult skill combo repeatedly to deal lots of damage. All she needs to do to get a new mark is to kill any enemy unit, and when she gets 3 marks, the next skill she uses will not enter cooldown. Butterfly can also use her skill 1 to get a shield and speed boost, her skill 2 to slow enemies, and her ultimate to leap at and mark a target enemy. Defeating that enemy within a certain time will reset the cooldown of her ultimate. In terms of skill upgrades, prioritize her ultimate. When the ultimate isn't available, upgrade her skill 2 instead.
Six full of flash!
Ukyo Tachibana is an assassin jungler with very high skill burst damage. His BA2 Alt 1-1 combo deals massive damage in a short period of time to defeat enemies. He gains enhanced basic attacks periodically. With skill 1, he dashes backward to slash enemies. With skill 2, he damages and stuns frontal targets. With his ultimate, he deals damage multiple times and recovers health. In terms of skill learning, he should prioritize his ultimate. If unavailable, he should prioritize skill 2.
Freedom is what makes or breaks a voyage.
Take this. But remember, roses have thorns.
Charlotte is a fighter with both offense and defense capabilities. Her basic 1-2 BA Alt BA combo can be used to quickly close on the enemy and launch enhanced basic attacks. When any of her skills hit, she gets enhanced skills and marks. 3 marks grant her an enhanced basic attack. Her skill 1 releases Tri-Slash to deal damage. With skill 2, she dashes and delivers 6 rapid stabs that deal damage and recover health. Her ultimate carves a star around her that deals damage and slows enemies. In terms of skill learning, she should prioritize her ultimate. If unavailable, she should prioritize skill 2.
I project myself onto my mirror.
Jing is a cleanup assassin with great mobility. Her basic 1BA, 1BA, Alt 2, 1BA skill combo allows her to swiftly deal damage to and kill off lone enemies. Both Jing and her mirror image can deal damage to enemies and mark them, and when an enemy has both types of mark, some of Jing's skill cooldowns will be reset. Jing's skill 1 creates a mirror image of her, allows her to dash forward, and enhances her basic attack. Her skill 2 creates a mirror image that deals damage to nearby enemies. Her ultimate summons a magic circle, and when she uses the skill again while inside this circle, she will switch positions with her mirror image. Prioritize upgrading her ultimate, or skill 1, when the ult is not available.